The life of a cod fisherman is a journey full of challenges, hardship and adventure, but also full of resilience and determination. Fishermen often spend weeks, even months, at sea, away from their families and enduring harsh weather conditions in search of the lucrative cod. Their work begins early in the morning and lasts all day, sometimes all night. Captains and crew must coordinate well to ensure safety and efficiency in fishing. Cod fishing requires strength, skill and patience. Fishermen face bitter cold, fierce waves and many risks from the weather, sometimes storms. They have to manipulate long lines and complex equipment to bring fish from the deep sea to the deck. Cod is often caught with long lines and large hooks to catch the valuable adult fish. After catching fish, fishermen must quickly process, preserve and store them in cold storage to keep the fish fresh as long as possible. Meeting market demands. On the boat, life is closed and orderly, with people working together having to share a cramped living space, living and working in shifts. Although life is difficult and harsh, fishermen are always united and help each other. Their joy comes from good harvests, from the exchange between colleagues and from pride in their work, because they understand that each successful trip is a significant contribution to the economy and is also a way to preserve a long-standing traditional profession. Fishing cod on cold winter days is an extremely harsh challenge for fishermen. When the sea is covered with ice and the wind blows, fishermen still work hard on the deck to pull each heavy cod from the deep sea. Their hands are often exposed to cold seawater and frozen metal fishing lines, which can easily cause frostbite. In temperatures that can drop to sub-zero, the seawater and moisture on the boat quickly turn to ice, making everything slippery and dangerous. On winter days, the waves are not only fierce but also filled with large floating icebergs, increasing the risk of damage to the boat. Each high wave crashes into the side of the boat, carrying cold seawater that covers the deck, instantly turning into a thin layer of ice, forcing the fishermen to move carefully. However, with courage and extensive skills, they know how to deal with unexpected situations and are always ready to protect each other in a dangerous environment. Their work is not only a journey to harvest cod but also a constant battle with harsh nature. On cold winter days, cod often move deeper to avoid the cold, forcing fishermen to use long fishing lines and special equipment to reach the necessary depth. For them, each cod pulled up from the sea is a worthy reward for their courage and perseverance in the face of challenges. The joy of seeing the boat full of fish not only helps to dispel the cold but also motivates them to continue to overcome the long nights at sea covered with snow. Experienced fishermen always say that when going to sea in winter, not only health and skills are needed but also a strong will. It is a life that requires patience and endurance, but at the same time it also brings pride because each successful trip not only brings economic benefits but also proves the perseverance of resilient people, living and working in harmony with nature. Despite the harsh work and harsh environment, fishermen still maintain the optimism and joy typical of those working at sea. On a small boat in the vast and cold ocean, they find a special connection with each other, the simple but warm meals in the narrow cabin of the ship, the laughter echoing across the vast ocean, and stories about previous trips or families far away, all create the spiritual strength that helps them overcome the loneliness and harshness of the job. Time does not slow down their work pace, on the contrary. The short winter days and long cold nights make the fishermen strive to complete their goals as quickly as possible. They work in shifts, and during the short breaks between each pull of the net or the line, they can take a nap or warm their hands and feet in the engine room. Some veterans even share valuable experiences on keeping their bodies warm, protecting their fingers from frostbite, and how to handle problems with fishing lines or nets in rough waves. When the hold is gradually filled with cod that sparkles in the cold light, That is when they feel the joy of victory over nature. Each cod is the result of determination and patience. Their joy comes not only from the economic value of each catch, but also from the satisfaction of having overcome dangerous days at sea. Proving the bravery of the fishermen. When the boat returns to the dock in the winter, their families and relatives wait for them with joy, tight hugs, laughter and warm thanks. That moment of return is the greatest reward for fishermen. When they are reunited with their families, recount their journey and continue to preserve and pass on emotional stories of fishermen's lives. Therefore, the life of fishermen on the East Sea is not only a profession to earn a living but also a symbol of courage and endurance. Demonstrating the spirit of the sea people in the face of harsh challenges of nature. Fishing for cod in winter on large boats with trawl nets and long fishing lines is one of the popular and effective fishing methods, especially in cold and offshore waters. Large boats are specially designed to withstand the harsh winter sea conditions. Equipped with modern equipment to support fishermen in catching and processing fish right on board. Drift net fishing. For this method, the gill net is designed to be submerged under the water surface at the depth where cod usually swim in winter. The net is cast hundreds of meters long, even up to several kilometers, with buoys to maintain a stable depth. The mesh is wide enough to catch only adult cod, helping to conserve fishery resources by not catching small fish or non-target species. When the fish are caught in the net is slowly pulled up. Each large block of cod is brought onto the deck of the boat. Each time the net is collected, it is a job that requires close coordination between members of the crew to ensure that the net does not get tangled and the fish are not crushed. Longline fishing. The longline method is often used to exploit high-value and large-sized cod. Long fishing lines have hooks distributed along the main line. Each hook is baited to attract cod. The fishing lines can be stretched for kilometers and are dropped into the sea at a depth suitable for the winter migration habits of cod. After dropping the fishing line and waiting for enough time, the fishermen begin to pull the line up. Check each hook to remove the fish and change the bait if necessary. Pulling long fishing lines in the middle of a snowy winter requires skill and strength, because the lines are often frozen, making them slippery and dangerous for the fishermen. During the fishing process, fishermen on large boats have to work continuously in cold weather, facing the biting cold and harsh winds. Each cod brought onto the deck must go through a quick processing process to maintain its freshness. The fish will be classified, cleaned and stored in cold storage compartments on the ship. This helps ensure that the quality of the cod does not decrease when it reaches the dock. Large boats and support systems. Large boats are capable of withstanding the power of the winter sea. Equipped with radar systems, positioning equipment and modern machinery to optimize fishing operations. Automated equipment, such as net pulling and line retrieval systems, help reduce fishermen's labor and increase work efficiency. Boats are also equipped with warm sleeping compartments, dining and living areas to ensure fishermen have space to rest between shifts. Every winter cod fishing trip is a memorable journey, not only because of the challenges with nature but also because of the cooperation of the entire crew in even the smallest tasks. The joy of a boat full of cod, the yellow lights illuminating the sparkling silver fish in the winter night, along with the satisfaction of seeing the fruits of labor, are strong motivations for fishermen to continue with the profession. When the boat is full of cod, the fishermen's work is not over. They also have to carry out careful processing and preservation procedures to ensure the quality of the fish when they reach shore. Cod is sorted by size and quality right on the boat. Qualified fish will be put into a rapid cooling system, which helps to keep the freshness and protect the flavor, because cod is very susceptible to spoilage if not properly preserved in harsh weather. Modern large cod fishing vessels are equipped with advanced onboard freezing systems, which help to preserve the fish at extremely low temperatures. This system ensures that the fish does not freeze too quickly, maintaining the moisture and quality of the fish meat. In addition, the cold compartments on the boat are also designed to avoid collisions, protecting the fish from being crushed during transportation. The fishing team must monitor the preservation process to ensure that the fish is always in the best condition, especially on long trips. Life on the boat during long trips, with large fishing boats. Trips can last from several weeks to months. Throughout the journey, fishermen have to maintain a harsh pace of life and work, with long shifts and short breaks. When not working, they often rest in warm sleeping compartments or gather in the common room to eat and chat together, keeping their spirits up. Hot meals of soup, tea and bread help them regain energy after hours of hard work on deck. Working in the remote seas, fishermen often have no connection to the mainland, and this requires them to be self-reliant in all situations. The crew always has a technical team to handle minor mechanical problems, while ensuring that fishing equipment and preservation systems are operating properly. In the event of a major incident or extreme weather, the team must also know how to coordinate, avoiding emergencies that could endanger everyone on board. The meaning of each winter fishing trip. Each winter cod fishing trip is not only an economic activity but also has great significance for fishermen. It is the main source of income for the family and also a source of professional pride. Fishermen feel satisfied when returning to shore with a full hold of cod. Each fish is the result of their tireless efforts, courage and skills that they have accumulated over the years. Although each trip is a challenge, fishermen understand that these moments help them become more attached to the sea and become part of a long-standing fishing tradition. The life of fishermen at sea in winter is a series of days of non-stop work, with many challenges and also the joys of solidarity and resilience. When the boat reaches the shore, fishermen return to their families, sharing stories about the sea, their dangerous moments and their achievements. And then, after a short rest, they are ready for a new journey, carrying the spirit of the sea masters, continuing to conquer the ocean and preserving the tradition of the challenging and glorious cod fishing profession. When the cod fishing boats dock, the atmosphere of the port becomes bustling with the laughter of fishermen and their families coming to welcome them. The holds full of cod are the joy not only of the fishermen but also of the traders at the port. The fresh cod, shiny under the winter sun, is quickly transferred from the boat to the port for processing and distribution. From here, the cod will be transported to markets, restaurants, and supermarkets, where consumers expect a high-quality product from the sea. Returning after long trips is also an opportunity for fishermen and their families to gather together, sharing stories about the challenging but memorable journey. Children eagerly listen to stories about the sea, the times when fishermen faced rough waves, the bitter cold, or the joy of pulling up big cod. Family is an important source of motivation for fishermen to overcome long days at sea, and each return is a moment of strong bonding, giving them more spirit for the next trip. Cod fishing and conservation of aquatic resources. In the face of climate change and overfishing, protecting cod resources has become an important task. Many fishermen and fishing communities today understand the importance of maintaining cod habitat for the fishery to be sustainable. Some areas have adopted controlled fishing measures, with strict quotas and regulations on seasons and fish sizes allowed to be caught to protect cod populations. Fishermen are also encouraged to use environmentally friendly tools and techniques to minimize the impact on the marine ecosystem. The spirit of the sea and pride in the profession. Cod fishing is not just a job but also a source of pride for those who work in the sea. They not only fish to feed themselves and their families but also contribute to the economy and provide essential food for society. Each cod is the result of a tireless labor process, demonstrating the courage and skills of the fishermen. Although the sea profession requires many sacrifices, the love for the ocean and pride in the profession make fishermen not afraid of difficulties. The life of cod fishermen is a symbol of resilience and courage. They are the ones who keep the tradition of the sea alive and developing through many generations. Although technology and equipment are more modern today, the core of the profession is still patience, perseverance, and the ability to blend in with the sea. Fishermen know that each trip to sea is a new challenge, but also an opportunity to show their love for the profession and gratitude to the vast nature. With each trip, fishermen not only catch fish but also bring hope, love from family, and the indomitable spirit of the sea people. Life on the cold winter sea makes them strong, patient and appreciate every moment. It is these experiences that create a lasting bond between fishermen and the ocean. Keeping the cod fishing profession alive. After each arduous trip, fishermen return with joy and satisfaction, bringing with them stories about the ocean, about the rolling waves, and the moments facing majestic nature. Although each trip always has potential risks, they are still proud to have conquered the harsh challenges and brought back abundant catches of cod, contributing to the lives of their families and communities. The development of fishing and coastal communities. Fishermen not only bring back cod resources but also boost the economy of coastal areas, creating jobs for many people. From processing, transporting to distributing products. Processing factories operate at full capacity to process cod from ships arriving at the docks, creating bustling and prosperous ports. This is also part of the cultural tradition of the sea, where generations of descendants continue the seafaring profession of their ancestors, inheriting skills, experience and perseverance. Children born into fishing families are familiar with the sight of their parents going out to sea, the sound of the waves and large and small ships following each other out to sea. Many young people continue the family tradition, learning how to steer boats, handle situations at sea and understand the importance of protecting marine resources. For them, the sea is not only a place to make a living but also a roof, a source of pride for the whole community. The sea and the meaning of life. For fishermen, the sea is not only a place to make a living but also a place to send love and hope. Standing in front of the vast ocean, they learn how to face difficulties, endure hardships, and be grateful for each fruit of their labor. Each cod is not only a source of income but also a testament to the efforts and achievements of a life that is not afraid of hardship. Fishermen often say that they may temporarily leave the port but their hearts will always belong to the sea. The sea teaches them how to live in harmony with nature, how to protect and respect resources. Winter trips to sea may be cold, but the love of the job and the meaning of each catch always makes them full of energy and enthusiasm. Tradition and hope for the future. For coastal communities, the tradition of cod fishing is a precious heritage, preserved and passed down through many generations. Today's fishermen are more aware of the importance of protecting the marine environment and maintaining sustainable cod resources. They cooperate with environmental protection organizations, comply with regulations on fishing quotas, and participate in marine ecological restoration projects to ensure that future generations still inherit the benefits of the sea. Each trip to sea is not only a journey of work, but also a part of the mission to protect the ocean. They hope that, with their efforts and sustainable awareness, the ocean will always be an abundant source of life and a place to inspire pride for fishermen and the community. And when each child of the ocean follows in the footsteps of their ancestors, the tradition of cod fishing will last forever, connecting generations in an endless circle of love for the profession, resilience and hope. At the end of each trip, fishermen return not only with a boat full of fish but also with joy and satisfaction. They understand that each catch of cod is an achievement, not only in terms of material but also an affirmation of the spiritual strength and mettle of those who live by the ocean. Through that, they not only bring benefits to their families and communities but also pass on their resilience, love for the ocean, and hope for a sustainable future for this traditional fishing profession.